sentences. So it continues to protect water as it is being transported. भनेको के हो त अब UV light treatment probably I think or chlorination है. So हजुरहरूले क्वेसन पढेर त्यो अनुसार गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ यसमा पनि. अब 6 को आन्सर ABCD मा जुन हो त्यसमा लेख्ने and copy it in your answer sheet. Similarly in 7 you read it and you then write it in your answer sheet. So it is particularly useful during emergency. So what is particularly? It's given in your question passage. Go through your passage, then you will be able to write it properly here. What's the answer? So another type of question is choose two letters from A to E भनेको यो चाहिँ as I said yesterday multiple choice questions right? So the question here is which two of the following claims about water are made by writer भनेको छ. And if there are 5 options, so as I said yesterday, if there are 3 options, then you have to choose only one. There are 5 options, so you have to choose two of the correct answers from the given. So out of 5, the 2 are correct answer, and you should know which is the correct answer based upon reading the passage. And then after 13 questions, we move on to the next passage. In this passage, let's just go through questions here. So here also it says spend about 20 minutes, but depending upon the complexity and the difficulty of passage, you just need to spend around 20 to 22 minutes here, and then give remaining 25 around 25 minutes to the last passage. So here the first question is writing which paragraph contains the following information. So after reading the passage from A to F, so A to F is the name of passages. So there are 6 passages starting from A to F, 6 paragraphs, sorry. And among those 6 paragraphs, which paragraph contains the following descriptions or following information? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different descriptions, and based upon these 6 different sentences, we have to write which paragraph has the following. So in 14 number, it is a description of how international style building looks like. So it may be in the passage B. Then we have to write B in number 14 in our answer sheet. And in 15, the reference to institution that didn't like to use international style buildings. So it probably is in some passage. Let's suppose it's in passage D. So in your answer book, you have to write D besides 15. Okay. And there's fill in the blanks, complete the sentence or fill in the blanks. So it says no more than 3 words. So that means we can write up to 3 words, but not more than that on these blanks. So we have to fill these blanks in our answer sheet, not here. If you are confused, then you can write here and copy it in your answer sheet, but you won't have a lot of time to do that. So it's better if you just directly wrote it in your answer sheets. Now we will go through another type of question, and it's about some. So it's also choosing the correct option. It's similar to MCQ. There are 4 options, but you have to choose only one. So based upon the question, if there are 3 to 4 options, then you have to choose only one, as I said. And here you have been given 4 options, and out of those 4 options, you have to choose just one. So some people did not like international style because they felt it focused too much on. So based upon the passage, you have to write the answer, whether it is A, B, C, or D. Yes. So similar question is there in 26 number 2. And now then we move on to third passage. So it's the third passage is supposed to be a little bit difficult and a little bit complex than second one. So and in this passage there are questions from 27 to 40. So 13 questions you have to complete. And the first type of question is completing. So summary completion. The overall summary of the passage has been given along with fill in the blanks. and you just have to complete best writing just one word, because even though it's not said here, it's probably a one word one, no less than one word or only one word, eh? So as you go through this summary, you have to summarize the passage in your own words, but the words that you use in these blanks should be the ones that are present in the passage. So synonyms लेख्न पाइएन, आफ्नो इच्छाले लेख्न पाइएन, जे प्यासेजमा छ you have to write that only, है, and you have to copy that answer in your answer sheet. And apart from that, there is true, false, and not given. So based upon the passage, and you can go through the questions given here, and if the question in the passage is correct, if the question is correct or is similar with what is given in the passage, then it's true, and if it does not agree with what the passage says, then it's false, if it contradicts with the information. And if you cannot find the information in the passage, then it's probably and almost certainly not given, right? So दिएको छ अनि कुरा मिल्छ भने it's true, but if not given and does not comply with the passage, then it's false, right? And then if no information is given, then it's not given. And in similarly, there is the choose the correct letter. So यहाँ पनि out of 4 options, you just have to choose the one option depending on the question. So the Mempa effect is best summed up as the observation that, okay, so I have read it. So its answer is different sources of okay. Oh yeah, it's the answer is D, yes, Manse. Based upon because I have read this passage before too. So you say reading go overall questions are, and we will be doing reading practice in this class too. So let's just go through certain helpful tips for your reading exam, I know. So number one is that do not read the passage first, right? So never in your reading examination passage सुरुमै पढिहाल्नु चाहिँ हुँदैन, because we do not know what questions have been asked, and what type of questions are given, and question थाहा नभइकन प्यासेज मात्रै पढेर अनि फेरि एकछिन क्वेसन हेरेपछि फेरि प्यासेज बिर्सिन्छ, अनि त्यसपछि के हुन्छ, we start reading the passage once again. So के भयो, we lost our time there. So what is better, if you read the first few questions properly, then you know that, okay, where can you find your answer, most probably the first few paragraphs. So first 2-3 प्याराग्राफमा चाहिँ पहिलो 5-6वटा क्वेसनको एन्सर हुन्छ. त्यसको लागि क्वेसन सुरुमा पढेपछि एन्सर लेख्न त गाह्रो भएन. You just have to go through the keywords and all those information that are given in the passage that matches with the question. त्यसलाई म्याच गरेर त्यही अनुसार लजिकल अर्डरमा पढ्दै जाँदाखेरि त we will find the answer. So always have less reason to read a passage before you begin to do so, right? So question is the reason to read the passage, and after you have that reason to read the passage, then only you will start reading the passage, right? Otherwise not. Then read the text in logical order. So प्यासेज जसरी दिएको छ त्यसरी पढ्नु, लास्टको पहिला पढ्छु या त बीचको पहिला पढेर माथि त इन्फर्मेसन के नै चाहिँ दिएको हुन्छ र पढ्दिन अहिले भनेर त्यस्तो नगर्नु. You have to read it in logical order. So जसरी भनेको हुन्छ क्वेसनमा कि यसरी 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 गर्नुपर्ने हो भनेर त्यसरी नै पढ्नुपर्ने हुन्छ, स्टार्टिङ फ्रम द फर्स्ट प्यासेज. सो फर्स्ट प्यासेजको फर्स्ट प्याराग्राफको फर्स्ट लाइनबाट पढ्न स्टार्ट गर्ने. Go through each and every paragraphs. Do not skip a paragraph, because skipping even one paragraph can result in all huge mistakes. So we have to go in a logical order, right? So read each part of the text in the order given by first letter of each word of sentence, right? So title of the reading passage will give you rough idea. So if you read the title of reading passage, you'll have just general, very, very rough idea of what's the passage about. So if it's about something related to biology, so the reading the topic of the passage, you can know that, oh, it's related to biology. Or similar to this example, now here the passage is related to purification of drinking water, so it's related to extraction and purification of drinking water. So question पढेर नै we have no idea कि okay, the whole passage is going to circle around the purification of drinking water. So let's not, we have to read the title too, है त्यतिले नै general rough idea दियो. Then headings of each section of passage refer to what is called. So each section मा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भनेर एउटा section को if heading देख्छ भने each section को heading हुन सक्छ कुनै कुनै passage मा. So in such cases you have to read those headings too, because those headings give you the rough idea or general overview of what is in the passage and what you can expect from the passage. So it's my first paragraph. It may have a heading like general background of evolution of drinking water purification. So tell you background ko kura bhanyo, you can know the background. And you have to go through each and every sections and you don't skip it. So main get away from this part is that you have to read each and every section, each and every paragraph thoroughly before you attempt any question in reading. And if there is a picture, the picture is worth 1,000 words, as you know. So picture pani ekdam ramrosanga padera you have to go through the picture too. And looking at the picture, you can almost summarize and also add important detail or make important information, or take information from passage even more clear. So sometimes you will be given pictures. In case of figures and diagrams or processes, you will be given figure or picture. The process ko चाहिँ picture दिएको हुन्छ अनि based upon that picture you can just know what the process of something that's given in the passage is. So pictures are पनि एकदम go through it thoroughly. And what kind of answers do you need to give? So the instructions ले चाहिँ भनेको हुन्छ कि you what kind of answer you need to give. Sometimes you have to give answer in only one word or a number. And sometimes you have to give answer on no more than 2 words, and sometimes no more than 3 words. Or sometimes you may have to write up to 2 options from, select 2 options from just available options, and it's कुनै बेला चाहिँ फेरि you have to choose up to 3 options. So instructions are दिएको हुन्छ question, you have to read the question very properly and know the instructions provided to you by the question. And if there are examples available regarding how the question should be attempted, then do not skip those question examples too, because those examples also provide a great view on how you can tackle that question. And then finally, questions themselves are also very valuable. So question ले नि एकदम valuable information दिइरहेको हुन्छ. Based upon the question and the different keywords used in question, you can know where you can find the answer. So question पढेर अनि passage पढ्नु भयो भने चाहिँ it will be easy for you to find the answer easily, right? Conveniently. Passage मा ट्याक्क लाएर अब keywords कता छ त. So general background को कुरा छ भने first passage मा हुन सक्छ. And then consider the passage layout. So passage को layout पनि एकदम you have to consider it too, because many students don't consider the passage layout, हैन. The questions may come from before or after the passage. So sometimes say questions चाहिँ passage भन्दा माथि नै दिएको हुन्छ. Question certain part 1 को question certain 5-6 question माथि भएर and then you will be given passage. And sometimes or generally you are given questions after the passage, but it may contradict sometimes. So you have to give a thought about where the questions come before or after the passage. And you need to know that where each of the 3 sections of reading test begins, and कहाँ end हुन्छ, कहाँ start भयो, test कहाँ end भयो, त्यो थाहा पाउनु पर्यो. How many questions are there, basically first one has 13 questions, second one has around 14 questions, and then third one has around 13 questions. So त्यसरी divide गरेको हुन्छ, or it may be dependent upon how long the question is. So you have to consider the type of question as well as the layout of passage. And as I said, basic types of IELTS reading question tasks के के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि matching tasks भयो, matching tasks which अनि matching true false tasks भयो, true false not givens लेख्ने, अर्को ग्याप फिल भनेको फिल इन द ब्ल्याङ्क्स कुरा आयो एन्ड देन वी हेभ मल्टिपल चोइस टास्क ओके सो आउट अफ अभाइलेबल अप्सन्स यु हेभ टु चुज सर्टेन टास्क एन्ड देन देयर इज सेन्टेन्स कम्प्लिसन सो सेन्टेन्स कम्प्लिसनमा अगाडि पार्ट फर्स्ट पार्ट अफ द सेन्टेन्स have been given to you so you have to complete the remaining sentences and then are also you may also be asked to complete a table chart or diagram as you can see in this one here we have been asked to complete this diagram so it's also a very frequently asked questions right? ओके यो मिटिङमै चाहिँ सेयर गर्न सेन्ड गर्न मिल्दैन आई थिङ्क आई विल सेन्ड इट टु म्याम एन्ड सी विल वाट्सएप यु ल passage and if you get the passage then tomorrow we could do practice of this passage so that would be even great so I'll send you अनि and then scan the reading passage so it's very important that you scan the reading passage properly if you scan it then if you scan the reading passage then you will get the general idea of information on the page so your page ma ke information cha bhanera if there are figures and diagrams given then in such cases you won't have any problem right once you go through your once you see the figure you can easily tell that okay the figure is about this or the diagram is about this but when text is given it's difficult to just go through the text again and again so while reading it once you should scan it properly and knowing what kind of information is given in which paragraph and what each paragraph has whatever so we need to know this scanning the paragraph is a very important and as we practice on doing as reading practice as we keep on doing it we get habituated with scanning the passage and knowing general informations where each thing are regarding reading passage one thing that I would like to say you is that it would be better if you started reading English books and newsletters from today because reading भनेको पढ्नै पर्ने हो आफैले पढ्नु पर्ने हो मैले गाइड जति गरे पनि it all depends on how much you read and how much you practice so start reading English books and newspaper if you don't do so that would be very helpful for you in the exam too right so that is the number one tip के reading को practice को लागि चाहिँ number one tips भनेको चाहिँ आफैले घरमा अब टक्क लाएर इंग्लिश बुकहरु इंग्लिश न्यूजहरु पढ्न थाल्नु पर्यो सो स्पेसिफिक आइडिया हेरेर इन्फर्मेसन चाहिएको केसमा त प्यासेज स्क्यान गरेर लगभग भेटी चाहिँ पुरै नभेटे पनि बट व्हेन यु आर लुकिङ फर जेनरल आइडिया त्यसको लागि जेनरल आइडिया चाहिरहेको बेला सपोज बेसिक अब म्याचिङ द हेडिङ्सहरुको लागि त एकचोटि सर र प्यासेज स्क्यान गरेपछि त लगभग क्लियर अलिअलि आइडिया आइसकेको हुन्छ अनि यो प्यासेजको हेडिङ यो हो यो प्यासेजमा हेडिङ यो हो भनेर थाहा हुन्छ नि त अनि आफ्टर स्क्यानिङ द आइडिया स्क्यान गर्नु मतलब फेरि सरर पढ्ने तर केही नबुझ्ने हैन है सो व्हाइल यु स्क्यान द passage it should be such that you understand what's in the passage and what's the paragraph about so स्क्यान गर्नु मतलब सरर हेर्ने मात्र अनि हेरेर ल एक सिद्धि भन्ने पाराको हैन you need to understand what is the general idea of the topics on the page you just scanned है अनि then you need to do not read each and every word scan गर्ने बेला चाहिँ because scan गर्ने भनेको general overview दिनलाई सरर हेर्ने मात्र हो त्यो बेला नि each and every word हेर्नु पर्छ हैन सर्ट मेन आइडियाजहरु स्क्यान गर्ने मात्र हो and do not rush so अलिअलि धेरै प्यानिक गरेर सरर हेरेर मात्र गर्यो भने you won't get enough information so scan गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ go generally through it and you can underline some information which may be important for you depending on the question so अनि स्क्यान गर्दाखेरि यही हो अब it takes a little practice at first but it is the best way to move through है So quickly getting through the higher spaces भनेको practicing a lot of the scanning होइन अनि guide your eyes across the page by using your first three fingers or index finger. So यसरी पढ्ने बानी राख्नुभयो भने चाहिँ it would be easy for you to follow, for your eyes to follow you and follow where you have been reading and scanning. So read the topic sentence first. So topic sentence भनेर main first sentence भयो. First sentence पढ्नु is very important. Many students they just skip the first sentence or first few sentences because they don't think it's too important, but it is very important. First sentence पढेर नै अब यो प्याराग्राफमा बाँकी के आउँछ भनेर हामीलाई जेनरल आइडिया लगभग थाहा हुन्छ. सो मेन आइडिया र टपिक अफ द प्यासेज पनि फर्स्ट प्याराग्राफ पढेर फर्स्ट सेन्टेन्स पढेर नै वी क्यान almost estimate what is the main idea or general idea of the passage. But main core idea चाहिँ फर्स्ट सेन्टेन्समा नदिएको नि हुनसक्छ, बट रिडिङ इट इज हेल्पफुल है. एन्ड नो वेयर टु स्टार्ट लुकिङ फर एन्सर. सो एन्सर कहाँ छ कसरी छ भनेर त्यो चाहिँ हेर्न जान्नुपर्ने हुन्छ. सपोज यु आर डुइङ क्वेसन 1 to 5, त्यो 1 to 5 को एन्सर चाहिँ यु वन्ट गेट अन प्यासेज 7 तिर क्या. 1 to 5 को क्वेसनको एन्सर तपाईँले प्यासेज 1 to के अरे प्याराग्राफ 1 to मै पाउनुहुन्छ. किन भन्दाखेरि लजिकल अर्डरमा क्वेसन्स हुन्छ, लजिकल अर्डरमै प्याराग्राफहरूका हुन्छ. सो लजिकल अर्डरकै फ्लोमा हेर्दै you have to go through the passage. So if the one number question is something regarding अब यहाँ पनि in this reading the question number 1 is writing about this phenomenon or writing labeling this figure. So 1 नम्बरमा के छ भनेदेखि provides access to trap water. So यो 1 नम्बरको एन्सर चाहिँ यो लास्टको प्याराग्राफमा भेटिँदैन क्या, यो लास्टको दुईटा प्याराग्राफमा भेटिँदैन. इफ यु वान्ट द एन्सर टु द फर्स्ट फ्यु एन्सर चाहिँ माथि के फर्स्टको क्वेसन्सतिर फर्स्ट टु प्याराग्राफ या फर्स्ट थ्री प्याराग्राफ चाहिँ हुन्छ क्या. सो इट्स गिभन इन लजिकल अर्डर. अनि लास्टको एन्सर फर्स्टको एन्सर लास्ट, त्यस्तो जम्बल्ड हुँदैन. यु निड टु नो वेयर टु फाइन्ड, नो वेयर टु लुक फर एन्सर. सो 1 नम्बरको एन्सर हेर्नको लागि फर्स्ट प्याराग्राफमै स्टार्ट गर्नु पऱ्यो. 2 नम्बरको एन्सर हो भने फर्स्ट प्याराग्राफमै स्टार्ट गर्नु पऱ्यो. अब 6 नम्बरको एन्सर छ भनेदेखि बेस्ट अब यहाँदेखि चाहिँ हो फेरि फर्स्टदेखि हेर्नु पऱ्यो. तर इफ फर्स्टमा अलरेडी यो कुरा आइसकेको छ भने या त योभन्दा माथिको कुरा आइसकेको छ भने फर्स्ट प्याराग्राफ यु क्यान स्किप के, सिधै थर्ड प्याराग्राफ हेर्दा भयो यसको लागि. सो यु हेभ टु लुक आफ्टर द प्रपर प्याराग्राफ टु फाइन्ड द एन्सर. फर्स्टको क्वेसन्सको एन्सर फर्स्टकै प्याराग्राफमा हुन्छ. एन्ड लास्टको तिरको unless it's matching the heading or matching the sentence, most of the question चाहिँ लास्टको क्वेसन तिरको एन्सर लास्टकै प्याराग्राफ तिर हुन्छ. सो यो चाहिँ जेनरल रुल हो, नट अप्लिकेबल इन अल केसेस बिकज म्याचिङ द हेडिङ्समा चाहिँ फर्स्ट लास्ट भन्ने हुँदैन. सबै हेडिङहरू म्याच गर्नु परेको हुनाले जता पनि पढ्न सक्छ. एन्ड डु यु हेभ एनी क्वेसन रिगार्डिङ द क्लास or आजको रिडिङसँग रिलेटेड? इफ एनी क्वेसन छ भने सोधौँ है. आज अब क्लास पनि ढिला सुरु भयो ड्यु टु सम टेक्निकल इरर्स है. अनि आई थिङ्क अब वी विल इन द क्लास हियर फर टुडे. अनि इट्स बेटर इफ यु कुड इन्टरेक्ट विथ मी प्रपरली बिकज मैले चाहिँ स्पिकिङबाट सुरु गर्न खोजेको थिएँ. स्पिकिङमा धेरैजनाले कम्प्लेन गरिरहनुहुन्छ स्पिकिङ भएन अनि स्पिकिङ चाहिँ बोल्नै पर्ने हुन्छ नि त. अनि भिडियो कलमा पनि बोल्नु पर्ने हुन्छ स्पिकिङमा. सो फ्रम टुमोरो अनवर्ड्स इफ यु कुड स्पिक देन प्लिज लेट मी नो होइन. विल गो थ्रु स्पिकिङ एट फर्स्ट. आज चाहिँ अब तपाईँले कसरी रेस्पोन्ड नगरेर मैले स्पिकिङ गरिनँ. Okay, then I think I will end the class here for today. Oh, so do you have any questions? Then you can ask if you have any questions. And then okay, so no question. So बोल्दाखेरि चाहिँ if you can we will have to practice speaking because physical classमा नि अलि स्पिकिङ गरेर आएको हो अनि सँगसँगै लिएर जान पाए it would be easy for everyone. So त्यो हिसाबले चाहिँ मैले स्पिकिङ गरौँ भनेको हो. But if there is problem from your side, then no problem. We'll go through reading first and then we'll come to speaking at last, right? So thank you very much. I would like to thank you.